Okay, so what's a really great way to connect in our dream state with our loved ones? The first thing I'm going to explain is that in the very beginning, when we are still so saddened and we're enveloped in our grief, unfortunately, that human emotion, because that's a vibration and an energy that we're putting out of sadness and grief because we miss our loved one, that grief actually acts as a barrier. I almost want you to think of like a clear shield, like a glass dome. That grief acts as a barrier to our loved ones being able to enter the dream state. Um, and over time, it becomes a little bit easier as our grief starts to pass, and we become more comfortable with that emotion. Over time, spirit can then start to enter the dream state. Now, what happens is when we go into a dream state, our subconscious is now taking over. So the consciousness day of do this, do that, have to do this, have to talk to this person, have to run this errand, that's no longer in existence. And now we have our subconscious, which our loved ones can communicate with energy-wise much easier. In the dream state, a lot of people say, but I asked my loved one to come to me, and they don't. It's been years, and I haven't dreamt of them. You've actually probably been dreaming of them. What happens is that you may not remember the dream when you awake. So what happens is we go into this subconscious state while we're sleeping, and we wake up in the morning. And what do we typically do? We wake up, and we may or may not remember our dream, but we wake up and we immediately go to move. We move a body muscle, whether it's an arm, a leg, which instantaneously takes us out of the subconscious and into the conscious. That's when it's very difficult to remember the dream. So what I say to individuals is, have a nice journal by the side of your bed with a pen, and before bed, ask your loved one to come visit you during the dream state. Or you can ask your loved one, if you don't want to come to me, allow me to come to you wherever it is that you are, just so that we can have communion and we can connect with one another. Go to sleep. When you first wake up in the morning and you open your eyes, don't move a muscle. Because in those first couple of seconds is when you're just getting into the conscious state, but it's prior to moving, so we don't want to snap into the conscious day to start our day. Just open your eyes and just think about your dream. Just think about the colors that you saw, or who was in your dream, or did someone feel like they were your loved one, but they really didn't show up visually looking like your loved one. Just try and remember as many details as you can. This doesn't have to take a long process. This can literally be 15, 20 seconds of you just giving yourself some time before you actually wake up in your day to just think about your dream. Then you can go move your arm, take the journal, and write down all of the things that you remember. As you start getting acclimated to this dream cycle, you'll actually start to notice that you're remembering more and more with each dream. Doesn't mean that your loved one naturally is coming right away, but you're getting acclimated to the dream process, just like you would get acclimated if you were starting a meditation practice. It takes time, but the most important thing is don't move any kind of arm or leg muscle, because you don't want to be catapulted into your conscious state. You almost want to stay in that dreamy, just waking up, I'm not moving. What do I remember about my dream? Now, the difficulty in the beginning is we're not used to not moving. And you may find that in the beginning, there are many mornings that you're waking up and you actually move, and then you remind yourself, shoot, I wasn't supposed to move, and now I don't remember my dream. That's okay. This takes practice as well. The more that you can remember not to move, the more that you're allowing your subconscious to kind of sit there as you're waking up. And again, you don't have to wait too long. Give yourself a good 10, 15 seconds, whatever little bit of information that you can remember, then jot it down in your journal. Then as you go over the pages of your journal, you may start to notice that there's a repeat pattern or there's a repeat feeling. You may just get a sensation of finally having a restful night's sleep and there's peace. You may just write that down. Start to get more acclimated to interpreting your own dreams. And please, 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 everyone's dreams are individual to that person. What a dog means to you in your dream is completely different than what it would mean in mine. So going to those books that interpret what items are or what they're supposed to mean in dreams, that isn't very helpful because, again, a sunflower means something different to you than it does to me. It's the feeling behind what did you see? Did that dog make you feel peaceful or were you afraid of it? Is that sunflower indicative to Italy and the fields of sunflowers, or does sunflower a person's favorite flower when they were here on Earth? Just start to write down and journal your dreams, and you're going to start to notice that there's a pattern, and you're also going to start to notice, wow, I thought I didn't really remember my dreams, but it turns out I actually do. It's just that you were getting up so early in the morning and you were moving your body that you went directly from subconscious to conscious and you didn't have any time to remember it. So just keep the dream journal and trust that your loved ones in time are going to come to you as you start to learn this new process. Thank you.